I'm here with Andy Otto, and the last time This Is the Day viewers saw you, you were making your goodbyes to go to Boston College Graduate School. So, anything new since then?
Oh my gosh. So much. I moved across the country to California and wrote a book, and now I'm moving to Atlanta.
Yeah. And married and a baby daughter.
Married and a baby, yeah. So that's true. A lot has happened between.
Yeah, it's very exciting, and we're glad to have you back. Thanks for being with us.
Yeah.
But the book, let's talk about the book, because from your time here at Catholic TV, we certainly knew you from your studies at Fordham, and discerning, and then discerned marriage. And this is rooted in Ignatian spirituality. So tell us a little bit about the premise of the book.
The book it's a general introduction to Ignatian spirituality, but it is founded on my experiences. You know, as you said, I made this discernment to both enter religious life and to leave religious life.
Right.
And I actually found that one of the places I encounter God the most is in those difficult decisions, because I really feel the movement of God's hand at work in my life. So I have a chapter on discernment, but I begin the book with just our awareness of God. You know, many of us grow up with, you know, we find God in church, or we find God, you know, in extraordinary miracles, but, you know, we can't confine God to just a couple of places. God is in all things, which is a hallmark of Ignatian spirituality. So that's kind of the foundation of the book, and I go off of that into prayer practices and just sort of how to, you know, approach the Christian life.
Great. Your blog, of course, which I'm sure stimulated some of this, is Finding God in All Things. And I think you're right. Those moments in nature, those moments in the city, those encounters with other people where we find God. So tell us some of those defining moments for you.
Well, I think it's easier for a lot of us to find God in a beautiful sunset, or, you know, I have a new baby, so seeing God in her smile. But how do I find God in, you know, a difficult situation with a coworker, or in traffic, right? Those other places that are sort of harder to find God. So I kind of explored that, and, you know, when I was commuting to grad school, I sometimes had an hour-long commute in Boston traffic, which is very challenging. But I often had little God moments, encounters with God in the traffic, recognizing that I'm with my neighbors on the road. That when I look up at the moon in the evening, I feel God sort of gazing down upon me, and that though I feel absent from God many times, God is never absent from me.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, that's a lovely way to put that.
Yeah.
I do think those everyday encounters are just a powerful witness to the work and the hand of God in our lives. And certainly for you, you know, you've taught, you've done some youth ministry work. So tell us a little bit about how that's, you know, helped you on your journey here.
Well, you know, I was teaching high school previously, and you know, high school students, they find religion class rather boring. So you know, part of my goal with them is to help them discover that once they leave the doors of church, they can find God out there. They can find God in their friendships. They can recognize God in the feelings they experience, the emotions they feel. You know, St. Ignatius said that God, the Creator, communicates directly with the creature. So we can, God is communicating to us through our experiences and our feelings. And so it's a very bodily, sensual spirituality that many of us as Catholics, and certainly my high school students, don't grow up with, and they don't recognize that.
Yeah.
You know?
There's not a real appreciation for that. But I think Ignatius, although he's model for all ages, but very powerful for teens because of his practical approach to things and those encounters with God in so many ways.
Practical, yeah.
So tell us what brought you to write a book. You are a busy young adult, a dad, a husband, got a lot going on, and then you take the time to write a book. And tell us where people can get it.
Well, I did a lot of blogging and writing about Ignatian spirituality, and I had a following online. And my whole ministry of my blog, God in All Things, is to spread Ignatian spirituality far and wide. And so I figured putting it into a book form really helps in that mission to share Ignatian's, the practicality of it. You know, I say to my high school students, prayer should be easy. Right? It's our relationship with God. We don't have to overcomplicate it.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great. That's a great.
And so you can get the book. You can find out more at my blog, godandallthings.com. But you can get the book at Ave Maria Press, Barnes and Noble, Amazon.
Great. The folks at Ave Maria Press have been just great to us. So it's great to see that you teamed up with such a wonderful publisher. And so I urge everybody to check out the book, God Moments by Andy Otto. And he's back here in the Catholic TV living room. And now back to the rest of This Is the Day.